Father David Morland, who's not able to stay here, but was a school friend. John Swift, who was a school friend. They are old friendships. John and Nadine May, they're old friends. I'm glad we kept it up together despite the long periods of not being in touch. John Swift and I met for the first time in 40 years, 2 months ago. But we met like brothers, didn't we, John? Indeed. Then very new friends, Emily Watson, who I pleasure of marrying to the Bell family. I'm just looking at my notes. Marcus, of course, is a relatively new friend, aren't you? But there we go. So, if we look at the family, it's great to have representative of the Cody family here, who have been a family, we're third cousins, sometimes removed, and have known each other since my uncle's ordination to the priesthood in the late 70s, I think that's when we didn't have, we had no idea we were cousins, but at that time we've been enormously close to each other ever since, and very supportive. Certainly their way towards us. I hope a little way towards them. So my uncle, my father's younger brother, was a distinguished surgeon. I'm thinking because he's 92, still working full-time on a parish in South Africa on the Cape. They're one of these remarkable chaps. Member of the Society of Visas, and it was on that occasion when he was ordained that we met the Cody family. I spoke to him 2 days ago, and he's remembering us all at his Mass, or did so this morning, or whatever the timing is in South Africa. Now, the Society makes me think of the priest who was due to do the baptism, Father Hugh Thwaites, who many of you know is a heroic man in every sort of way, who, a little younger than my uncle, also, of course, a member of the Society, was due to do the baptism, but was a little tired. He's nearly 90, still leading, like my uncle, a full priestly life, and, of course, wonderfully supporting the traditional liturgy against quite a lot of odds. Two extremely special friends today are Marigold Turner, the godmother of Dominic, and Marcus Williams, the godfather. Marigold is somebody who somebody who exalts everything that is elegant at a very high level. She is the most wonderful gardener I think I've ever known, has the most beautiful garden, a beautiful house, the most perfect table, but also heroically has supported the traditional liturgy, which now is going to survive. We can say that, we know it. I didn't think it was. I thought, well, I was serving Alfred Gilder's Mass, right, well, that's it, and there Alfred goes. Won't exist anymore. But thanks to people like Marigold and Father Thwaites, the thing, this wonderful, wonderful central point of life of the church has survived and is survived. Marcus is an Oxford graduate. I met a very relatively friend, met in Paris 5 years ago. He was the master of ceremonies at traditional Mass in a beautiful Gothic revival church in Paris, built in the second half of the 19th century on the lines of the Sainte-Chapelle. It was the first church to be entirely built of iron, you never know, beautifully, delicately done. And there was this magnificent master of ceremonies, young, handsome, doing his job perfectly. Little did I know he was English, or so we introduced, we become great friends. Marcus, I may say, I'm sure you will allow me to, is studying for the priesthood, living in Italy, in Bologna, where he's improving his Italian. The next point I want to make, of course, a natural one, is the family. I feel today is baptism, the family and friends. It all goes together somehow. Little Dominic has become God's close friend through baptism. That's what he believes. And friendship, obviously, is an extension of the friendship with God. It's terrific stuff, and very right. The family. We have to support the family, everybody, whether you've got children or you haven't got children, whether you're married or unmarried, it doesn't matter. All that does matter is that after Holy Church, you see the point of the family, which is the future. If you've got children, like Joe and Claire, you've got 10 of them, that's great. If you haven't had children, it doesn't matter. But please support the family. as you know, we live in France and are into French culture, and there's a very famous Catholic writer at the turn of the last century called Peggy. Some of you have heard of Peggy. People have heard of Peggy. And this is a long time ago, so he saw that the family was going to be under a lot of pressure. And we all know that pressure, we all lived through it, a lot of us lived through it, we've seen it happen to our parents, we've seen it happen to our uncles and aunts and everything else. Families under a disintegrating pressure are enormous power. And we're trying to hold up the shield and keep it all together. And Peggy, this is 100 years ago, said of those who are committed to stable, loving marriage, Christian marriage, they were les grands aventuriers des temps modernes. In other words, the great adventurers of modern times, the people who actually have families. So I thought that was great. Thank you. So keep up that pattern. So I would like, if I can class, by the way, please do this thing, because otherwise all this school will not go back to the same place, but we'll go to old American. Even Maria would like that class. There is white wine, there's no champagne there. There's an immense amount of red and white, which needs to be drunk, every bottle. Would you charge your glasses, ladies and gentlemen? Boys, are you not charging your glasses? Where are your glasses, boys? You've got to have some wine. Go and get some wine in your glasses.
This is our glass,